dangerous inside. Williamson has a great feel for how to capitalize from there.
All right, so about the Pelicans, what has been holding them back?
Well, B.A., it's definitely not the offense, especially with the healthy Zion. If they can find a way to have greater consistency on the defensive end, then they can take a big step as a franchise.
And they double up Williamson. Jones from outside. That one's in. Coming off a nice dish from Williamson.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Simmons with it. Back to Durant. Nails the wide open jumper. Durant's got 9.
Hard to stop Durant when he's set up like this. He's so well positioned to score.
Williamson, no good. The Nets with a lead. Irving with a deep 3. McCollum pulls it in.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
Charity stripe shot. That's good from Durant on the assist from Irving. 11 points in the game.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Nance, he's checked in for New Orleans. Hayes comes in for Williamson. And finished off by Hayes.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. To the paint, Sharp. Nance pulls down the board.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
Pass to Hayes. Oh, Morris with a steal.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Left side Mills. Sumner on the wing. Here's Sharp. It's stolen by Nance. Here's Alvarado. Kevin Durant has been leading the charge for the Nets. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. More 2K action in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
It's simple. Offensively, they limited their turnovers. Defensively, they forced turnovers.
Winning the turnover battle is so important. They've been sharp so far, and it's showing up on the scoreboard.
You know, some have said those old school power forwards, guys like Charles Oakley, they're becoming outdated. You see that, Grant?
Well, first of all, the physicality in the game is no more. The way Oakley would hit you and bruise you, you can't do that in today's game. And guys like Oakley are now playing the 5 position, and they're shooting 3-pointers. So a lot of it just is because the game has changed and evolved since the 90s when Oakley dominated.
A great skill level in the game right now.
No question.
Can't get it to fall. The Pelicans trail on the court right now. Second quarter for the Nets. We've got Patrick Mills, Sharp out there with Edwards. Then it's Joe Harris, and it's Thomas in at the shooting guard position.
And in 2021, when the Nets traded for James Harden, they became the favorites. And after it all fell apart last season, many were left wondering what might have been.
You know, for the Nets, history repeating itself. Think back to 2013, their trade with the Celtics, creating another star trio. It didn't work out, and it set the franchise back for years, RJ.
Yeah, but credit the front office. They made something out of nothing. They got young assets, and they got them these stars. And they are still in a relatively strong position because they got a ton of picks in return. I guess we can credit the defense for that one going wide. They did everything they could to influence the shot.
The Nets shooting 40% from the field in this one. Down low. Here's Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. The shot's good.
This right here is exactly what he should look to do. Use his size to bully his way inside and finish.
To the inside. Pass to Nance. Hayes inside. Back to Nance. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. Hayes misses. The Nets have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. And here's Harris. Back to Mills. From downtown. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Murphy. Daniels. It's good on the putback.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Timeout called. Brooklyn. Going with a whole new group out there. And let's take this time to bring up the list of last season's elite shot blocking teams. The Nets in 5th.
It was an intimidating brand of defense they played. They sent the message that if you were going to get your points in the paint, you were going to have to work for them.
Pass to Simmons. And here's Durant, covered by Ingram. And Durant with the big finish.
Capable of scoring from any area. Love when Durant takes charge and dominates like this.
Well, thinking about the Aussie Ben Simmons, such an impressive defender.
Honestly, he's a defensive player of the year caliber player every year, mainly due to his ability to guard any position. This is the type of versatility that isn't seen very often. Oh, what a pretty shot from Kyrie Irving. This man just has the perfect touch from any distance.
Flying in with the one-hand slam.
That right there was a statement finish. And stolen by Irving. Shoots from the baseline. Gets a hand on it. Controls the rebound and the putback. O'Neal's gotten his first basket of the night. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Nets. The shot by Ingram, no good.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Okay, KD put a little extra on that one.
Williamson inside. He's against O'Neal. An area where the Pelicans squad performed well this past season was on the glass.
Yeah, defensively and offensively. Now, they know how important it is to secure those loose balls, and making it a priority helped them all season long.
RJ, you were in the middle of a few trades in your career, to put it lightly. What's that like as a player to get moved around so much?
Thanks for bringing that up so sweetly, Brian. I appreciate that. Look, there's pros and cons to this. It's nice to know that another organization wants you for whatever reason, but it's also tough to leave an organization that you had a connection to, the fan base. But eventually you figure it out.
Did you guys feel that? When Zion slams it, the floor shakes.
Here's Durant, and it's slammed in by Durant.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Williamson. Uses the glass on the layup. Williamson's got 6 in the quarter.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Irving for 3. The Pelicans pull it in. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets. Came away with a win.
And in the last meeting, they were the better defensive team. They were the disruptors, causing turnovers all over the place.
That was the key factor, and it has to have a carryover effect. You get in a team's head when you cause them to make that many mistakes.
His arrow's been trending up as of late, and he's been magnificent tonight.
Here's Ingram. Out to McCollum. Takes a three. Good D by Simmons. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
The paint is where Simmons excels at finding points. He knows how to own the inside.
And so it's the...
The energy on D stood for disappointing. They were
And since we have a moment, that's it for us.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
They've got Hayes. He's out there with Larry Nance. And it's Alvarado in at the point guard position. That's the Pelicans 5. Pass to Hayes. Lets it go from deep. He drops it from range. Hayes has got 5 now.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Morris outside. Oh, and a slam dunk by Morris.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Pass to Nance. Releases from 15. And down it goes. 2 points.
Nice job to recognize the lack of D in that medium range area.
Harris with it. Harris on the wing. And a miss there on the triple. New Orleans is gone. Only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Alvarado. Inside. Here's Nance. And let's see what... And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
Team foul.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still.
The previous play is under review.
There's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he still peed.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Graham's checked in. You're looking at the best in free throw shooting last year in the NBA. In the third spot, Kevin Durant.
Very steady at the line. He's the guy who isn't rattled easily, and that shows in his free throw shooting numbers.
The first one falls.
He was the king of CDs.
And he makes both free throws. The front office for Brooklyn has said they need selfless players who want to be there and are available.
Well, B.A., the message is pretty clear. After Kyrie Irving missed most of last year due to personal choices, the Nets want all hands on deck this go-around.
And Kevin Durant post-Achilles surgery, no apparent decline trend. Last season, the third highest scoring average of his career.
I mean, incredible. Almost 30 points a game. Think about this. 2 of the 4 times he's led the league in scoring, he did it averaging less points per game. And his efficiency, good as ever.
Knocks down the first one.
Offensively, Durant might be the most unguardable player in NBA history. He can shoot, dribble, pass, drive, you name it. Everything he does it at a high level on top of being 7 feet tall.
2-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink it.
And Nance with the slam.
He's undersized in his position. His vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Jones. Williamson, left side. And out of bounds. The Nets will take it.
Good sign.
Here's Simmons. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. The NBA last season celebrated its 75th anniversary and announced the 75 greatest players in NBA history, gathering the living greats during the All-Star break. A lot of history, but Commissioner Silver said we're a pretty young league when you think about it. Brian, I guess it's all relative.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks for that, Allie. Pass to O'Neal. Out to the wing. Back to Simmons. The kick to Durant. Clock at 4. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Simmons has got 5 assists tonight. The Pelicans have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Back to McCollum. Pass to Jones. And there's the foul. It'll go on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Thomas, he's checked in for O'Neal. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. And stolen by Simmons. Here's Durant. Boy, he overdid it there. Too much force on the foul.
Yeah,
he's called for
about
a flagrant 1.
He might be lucky just to get a flagrant 1 there. Lots of contact on that play, and the officials could have gone with a more severe call.
Well, he better be on his best behavior from this point forward. One more flagrant of any kind, and he's out of this game.
Oh, and last summer, Ben Simmons had surgery on a herniated disc. I'm not
ball.
a back expert. You know, I'm more of an ankle guy, but hard to be effective when that area is just not right.
And the Pelicans going with a whole new group out there. 1:05 left to play in the third quarter here. Second chance effort, and count that. 2 points and a chance for 1 more at the line.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
And you can see them just deflate after giving up that score. And they know that they
can't
dig themselves out of this hole if they're allowing second chance points.
To the paint. Here's Hayes. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Good on both.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
Brooklyn has gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Outside Irving. To shoot from deep three-point range. The Pelicans pull it in. Nance has got his 4th rebound in this one. 3 seconds separating the shot. Whoa! Oh, my goodness!
Doesn't believe in soft finishes. The big fella's all about power.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Murphy, looking for his first basket, still in this one. Timeout called. Brooklyn.
We'll take it.
And here's Mills. Harris right side. The 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ending the quarter up 10. Well, when you win the battle of turnovers, you typically win the battle of possessions. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. And the Nets shooting around 50% in the game so far. On the floor for Brooklyn. Royce O'Neal is out there with Sharp. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Sumner in at the point. Clock at 6. Edwards for 3. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now. Ingram, pass to Williamson. Now here's Valanciunas. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Durant. Comes in for Edwards. Irving's checked in for Harris. And Simmons is subbed in for Sumner. Williamson is doubled. Back to McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Williamson. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. RJ, not too many teams are more willing to make bold front office moves than the Nets.
And we've seen it for a while. You had the Durant acquisition, the Ben Simmons trade. Brooklyn is never afraid to go all in to make a run for a championship.
That's good from Williamson. Williamson hits them both. The Nets with a lead. Here's Irving. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Jonas Valanciunas.
You gotta like how Kyrie just commits to his selection. Even the foul, look, that's not gonna slow him down.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn. That free throw good from Irving.
Well, even after it appeared that there was a falling out, Kyrie Irving remains a Brooklyn Net. Now, I suppose cooler heads prevail, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Irving on the move here in the near future.
You know, one thing Kyrie Irving has talked about is reclaiming his power.
Well, he has stopped listening to the outside voices telling him what to do, finding his own purpose and his identity. And at times, that's meant being something of a renegade.
Smart dish by Durant, giving it away to a guy with a quality look.
Pass to O'Neal. Outside Simmons. And they double up Simmons. Back to O'Neal from outside the arc. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Valanciunas has got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Ingram off the drive. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Moving so well at 6'8", Ingram can be a lot to handle, especially on the drive.
And the Nets call time here. All right, we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
This has been one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen. What's incredible is he has no off switch, but just a tremendous motor, and he's making an impact on every single possession. And look at him. You think it's just another game. He is totally in control of his emotions.
They were not playing well and were in desperate need of a win. He took this responsibility upon himself, and he delivered. Keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Steve Nash said to the team. So far, he's happy with their play, but he wants to prevent any kind of a letdown. He told the team, stay aggressive. Don't play not to lose. We want to push the action and try to break their spirit.
And Allie, thank you for that.
Shit right there.
Lays it up and banks it in.
Reverse.
Durant's got 27 points.
I love the confidence that Durant plays with. The closer he gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes. That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Pass to O'Neal. Back to Simmons. Simmons is doubled. And we're going to have a jump ball. Just a superb read on defense to come up with the block.
You know, you can't ask for any better defense than that. He responded so fast to the shooter, and it stifled him.
Now Durant. Puts it up from 15. Yep, that one goes. That's 29 for him.
And Durant's jumper is as pure as it gets. You just assume ahead of time it's going in.
Pass to Valanciunas. Here's the three. That shot off. And Brooklyn going the other way now. Here's Durant. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
An impossible guy to cover. Durant puts defenses in situations where they must compromise and foul him.
And he drops a first. Williamson's checked in for the Pelicans. McCollum comes in for Graham. And both free throws good for Durant. Ooh, Durant with a steal. And it's slammed in by Durant.
What an athletic play by Durant. This man, what can't he do?
They double team McCollum. Here's Valanciunas outside for Ingram.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Nets.
Simply taking better care of the ball may have made all the difference.
Yeah, and then on the defensive end, they kept the pressure on and forced a number of miscues.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
After losing the first game,
what you want to do, Smokey?
Even things up in this one.
Smokey the
play one
bandit.
more time in this season series after this.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Kevin Durant.
And we can't forget about his effort on defense, specifically how many steals he was able to grab. Just an absolute pest.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Edwards comes in for O'Neal. And Sumner's subbed in for Simmons.
Something that really speaks to Kyrie's talent is his ability to impact the game the minute he steps on the floor. The game changes completely with the ball in his hands.
Thomas, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Graham. No good off the back of the rim. Brooklyn's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this fourth quarter. Pass to Sumner. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by New Orleans. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hey, shot's good.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
And out of bounds, New Orleans will have it.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Williamson. 32 seconds left in the final quarter. Durant pulls it in. Brooklyn with the ball. It's a 16-point game. Fade away. And the Nets miss again. McCollum way outside. It's off. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To walk into enemy territory and deliver a performance like that, that says a lot about this squad.
They really came in looking confident and didn't let anything shake them. This is what a dominant team looks like.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Ben Simmons, and Ben, you were setting the table. How aggressive were you looking to be, attacking and finding your open teammates?
Trying to make plays. That's what I do. I try to shoot the ball, try to make the right play, so happy I did that.
And you do it well. Thanks, Ben.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Brian Anderson, along with our 2K Sports.
I know. It don't matter. You flipped. That was fair. Basketball it is. Basketball it is. I'm be able to tell my shit tomorrow. Save us both some money. Save me some gas. Shit, I probably won't be able to make it tomorrow.
So now it's odds. Yesterday you begged for a deal, today you tough guys. I seen it coming soon as I spotted my enemies trying to do what I do. Came in with my style, so I followed you. I kept changing on the world since barbecue. Now you wanna hang with my homie. It's funny, I don't say if I ever make a record, I take a check and put something away for a rainy day to make an exit. But look at me now, 10 years deep since the project bench with my side sweat. I never asked to be top of raps elite, just a trap trying to learn the trap to the streets. But look at me now. If I wasn't, I must have been. My ways, staring at my reflection in the mirror, sitting still in the chair like my conception. When everything around me got cloudy, the chair became a king's throne. My destiny found me. It was clear why the struggle was so painful. Metamorphosis, this is what I changed to. God, I'm so thankful.
Amadou Diallo.
You looked at me like, yeah, right, but you gave me a number anyway.
I'm ready when you are, man.
Moved away from home to school with big plans by day. Studied the history of music. Feeling like it's me against the world.
Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Dave.
Thank you very much. Now the calls to shorten the NBA season continue. One NBA president has even suggested a fifth.
What's not to like? Everything makes sense. Rest the players, more practice time, and all the things you just talked about. Maybe DA, less is more. And thanks for the report. And the Jazz start out with the ball. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Markkanen is out there with Jared Vanderbilt. Then there's Jordan Clarkson.
MC is another mix.
And it's
This ain't what you want.
Conley, and it's Olynyk in at the 5 down low. You know, GA, something you notice about this Jazz team, they love to shoot the three. Statistics tell you that, and they tell you that.
And Kevin, not only do they love it, they do it well. The two sadly don't always go hand in hand, but these guys can really hurt you from range when they get going.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Nuggets in Ball Arena. The blocking foul is called as the shot goes down.
That's just fundamentals from Cunningham. When a guy is that open, you got to get it to him. And with Ivy, he gives you the physical traits you want at guard. Long, strong, athletic, with lots of upside.
And Ivy is especially effective in the open floor.
Outstanding burst and speed. Plays with a high motor, and he's always in attack mode.
Here's Ivy. He's covered by Clarkson. And Greg beyond, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, we thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted.
The previous play is under review.
Sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay,
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And that one falls for Ivy. With the regular season just getting started, what's it like for rookies, Greg, who are beginning these new pro careers?
Let me tell you, Kevin, the speed of the pro game is startling. And things are happening so fast, it can take years for the game to slow down. And when you look at the complete game of the Detroit Pistons, there are struggles on both ends of the floor, which I'm sure can feel discouraging at times.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And looking at the Pistons' recent performance, Greg, which end would you want to see improve first?
Kevin, I'd have to say defense. More stops means more chances in the open floor, and it will help them be competitive.
And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Jazz making a change here. Sexton's checked in. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That is his first foul of the game.
I love it. Competition. I love it.
Outside Conley. And Olynyk kicks to Conley. The Jazz again can't hit it. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Bay, no good. Sexton on the wing. No good from outside. Pistons have gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Cunningham passes to Ivy. Detroit, no good that time either. For Utah, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Conley into the lane. Sexton for 3. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
Bionic leaps.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. In the corner, Vanderbilt with it. Misses the 3. For the Pistons, their last game a loss to Atlanta. Here's Bay. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Oh, man.
It's tipped.
Man, way to rebound on that one.
Bogdanovich finds Bay. Back to Bogdanovich. And he uses the glass on the lane.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside. And catch and release, not just about fishing.
Yes.
Sadiq Bey last season with the 4th most catch and shoot triples made in the NBA.
Hayes is checked in for Detroit. And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. And the Pistons, entirely new group now out there.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, last season's performance for him. Last season, he averaged 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night, perhaps it's somebody else's.
Right, you were talking about how Bay is always in motion. He's always working so well off the ball, isn't he?
He is, Kevin. One of the league leaders in ground covered over the course of the season. And with all his minutes played, you know he's in tip-top shape.
Utah moving it around. Horton Tucker's shot is off.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
There's Noel.
Let's go Big Nerlens.
At this size, you simply cannot give up that kind of deep positioning to Nerlens Noel.
What? What was that?
Foul there, GA. Wish I could see why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Sexton on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
You know, it's easy to say, but this is one guy you don't want to foul. Colin Sexton is an excellent free throw shooter.
And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah. Jazz fans are behind their team. What?
It's always striking, Greg, to see the bond between the Jazz team and their followers.
Well, when you're the only game in town, people take the team to heart. And we see it in cities like Portland and San Antonio as well. The fans form that attachment to their team.
And the Pistons, entirely new group now out there. Shoots the three. Abaji can't get it to go. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Pass to Duran. Sexton against Joseph. Here's Azubuike. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Pistons leading by 5. Livers the pass to Diallo. That one's not going to go. Gay with the defensive effort. To the inside. Pass to Abaji. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first. Sexton the pass to Horton Tucker. And it's off from three-point range.
Money ball.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pistons lead by 5. Live from Little Caesars Arena. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Lauri Markkanen. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Conley. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Olynyk in at the center, locking down the middle. Detroit leading by 5. Here's Ivy. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
And the Pistons making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. It's blocked.
This is the effort they need from Kevin Knox on the defensive end. What a block.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Hayes checked in for the Pistons. Cunningham comes in for Hayes. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Bojan Bogdanovich. it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. 7-point differential. Here's Stewart. The shot will not fall. And it's Utah the other way. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their two meetings.
You know, despite the disparity in talent, these two teams played each other tough last year. Let's see how competitive they are this time around.
Bay, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Up it goes, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 3 on the basket from Vanderbilt. And evaluating defenders goes well beyond blocks and steals. So, Doris, when you're doing a game, what are some of the things that you look for and that teams are looking for?
Activity, attention to detail, deflections. Is the person switchable? Can they guard the elite wing scorers? In addition to size and length, do they have lateral quickness? So many things go into quality defense.
The Pistons have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. First one falls for. And Doris, one of the Jazz games you called last year was pretty special. It was the first all-female broadcast team in NBA history.
And one of the best parts for me, Kev, was there were a variety of women in roles that will never be seen on the camera. So tape, graphics, audio, operations, each and every one of them, just like the 3 broadcasters who are calling the game, have been in their position at some point where the only person in the room was of your gender, just like yourself. So it's unique that the entire broadcast was filled with very capable women. It was such an honor to be a part of.
He kicks to Cunningham. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
And the technical free throw is good. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bay's got his second bucket of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Conley, the pass to Olynyk. And Beasley, here we go. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, Malik Beasley, known as a pure scorer, but how about the setup of his teammate right there? That's a pretty pass.
The shot by Ivy, no good.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Markkanen can't get it to go. The Pistons lead it. Here's Cunningham, and it's blocked. 1:49 left to play here in the half. Utah moving it around. Over in the corner, Conley to the middle. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Pistons shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Diallo, he's checked in for Ivy. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Jazz. Sexton comes in for Michael Conley. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
This is a 7-footer with some big-time vertical. Markkanen makes that look effortless.
Diallo kicks to Bay. Back to Diallo. The pass to Bay. All sorts of time. Utah with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Knocks it loose and stolen by Diallo. Finished off the break. Diallo's got 4 this quarter.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly, I thank you, David. Folks, don't go.
Welcome to the 2K.
I want to go to Shaq on this one, man. Points in the paint.
And let's get back to our featured game. And that's a halftime.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. They've got Noel. Corey Joseph is out there with Ivy. Then it's Duran. And it's Livers in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Sunday, they'll take on Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. Conley the pass to Clarkson and stolen by Ivy. Noel with it. Here's Duran. Sinks that one from a post. Duran's got his first basket.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Livers shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
It's his first trip to the line.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
Utah calls timeout.
Here comes the ball, Detroit. Hit the Pistons dancer.
And the Pistons making a change here. Diallo's checked in. Then for the Jazz, Azubuike's checked in. And Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Markkanen. First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Inside. Here's Azubuike. Yep, that one goes.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Joseph. Nice D from Sexton. Jazz trail by 6. Clarkson goes in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Jordan Clarkson showing the ability to put the ball on the deck and make a play.
Kicks it to Noel. That's to Diallo. Here he goes. Joseph, that's good.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Pass to Horton-Tucker. Stolen away. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Livers. And there'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. So he gets them both. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Clarkson passes to Azubuike. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Well, Clarkson doesn't do huge assist numbers, but he won't waste a wide open opportunity.
Here's Duran. Banked in off the glass. Duran's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pistons.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Vanderbilt misses. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Shot by Joseph, no good. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
You can see right there the strength Colin Sexton brings to the point guard position. Plays right through that contact for the end one.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he shot 74 from the line a season ago.
Stewart passes to Hayes. Back to Stewart. And the dunk by Stewart.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And he's a physical 6'8" center for the Pistons, and it's easy, Greg, to see why Isaiah Stewart has drawn comparisons to another great Piston, Ben Wallace.
Always a good thing being compared to a Hall of Famer. And Stewart, not just brawn, he's brains too. Watches film, takes notes. He wants to be great.
So for the Pistons, Bogdanovich is checked in for Kevin Knox. Ivy comes in for Diallo. And it's Cunningham in for Hayes. And the pass to Stewart. He kicks it to Ivy. 1:39 left in the third quarter. It's good. Ivy's got 10 points in the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
1:16 left in the third quarter. Bogdanovich wide open. Connects from three-point range. He has 5.
Bojan Bogdanovich, a very confident basketball player. He knows very well he has the green light to take these shots.
And here are the Pistons. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Ivy. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pistons.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And let's give them credit to the shot blocking on display. They set the tone early and have kept the pressure on defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Azubuike's checked in, and Jalen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Lauri Markkanen. At this break in the action, we can show you the teams that had the most rebounds last season. In third, the Jazz.
Well, they made a huge commitment to rebounding last year, and it showed in the numbers. They were spectacular.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Passes it to Azubuike. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. There's 31 seconds left in the third. Rebound by Azubuike. Jazz trail by 14. Here's Horton-Tucker. Buries it from three-point range. 19 seconds left to play in the third. And here's Ivy. He's got 12. And a wide open look for Cunningham. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Sexton for 3, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Detroit Pistons holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Yes.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Up front, it's Vanderbilt at the 4 and Kessler at the 5. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Conley. And it's Beasley in at the small forward position. And Cunningham with the slam.
And on that drive, Cunningham utilizing that athleticism. Let's see the defense the moment he sees an opening.
Stewart passes to Cunningham. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And that's now 6 points for Cade Cunningham.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Right wing. Conley scanning the floor. That shot off. Pistons leading by 15. Cunningham inside. Covered by Conley. And Cunningham with the slam.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Well, what a job. Punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Time called here. Pistons decide to talk it over. A moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Isaiah Stewart.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult,
the previous play is under review.
It's so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. We're double-checking, and the game continues on.
The Jazz making a switch here. And the first one at the line is good. And he makes both free throws. And the play-in tournament, Greg, is here to stay, but the terminology is somewhat in limbo. Is that going to be part of the playoffs?
You hear people say it's not the playoffs, it's the play-in. Maybe the term postseason should cover both the play-in and the playoff. Something to think about.
To Abaji. Good. Nice job down low.
You know, the rest of the D can be stretched a little thin when the double team's in place like that.
Cunningham drives in. It is good.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Defensive foul. First personal foul. First team.
Jazz trail by 14. And the foul called on Killian Hayes. That is his first foul of the game. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Conley dishes to Markkanen. Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stewart.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Markkanen kicks to Clarkson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Here's Cunningham. Doesn't go for him. So Utah will take it the other way. Conley with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Taken away by Hayes. Down low. And the dunk by Stewart.
And really with a pass-first mentality, Cunningham, the type of player that you like to play with.
Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Vanderbilt.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Going inside, and Stewart gets it to go.
I like that decision right there. Don't try to force a shot inside, kick it out.
Conley, the pass to Vanderbilt. Out to Conley, and that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Bogdanovich is checked in for Duran. Bay comes in for Kevin Knox. And Ivy subbed in for Hayes. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're leading by 13. There's 1:38 left to play here in the fourth. And the Jazz with some changes. Azubuike is checked in, and it's Colin Sexton in for Mike Conley. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Markkanen. It's deflected. Here's Duran. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's good from Duran. Well, you're looking at the MVP race last season between 3 incredible big men with Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Analyzing that, Doris, what's your big takeaway?
The idea that the big man, the 5 spot in the NBA is obsolete, that argument is over. What impresses me is the skill level of NBA players, particularly manning the center position in the modern age. Highly skilled, can shoot it, can take it off the bounce, and are exceptional passers. Boy, this is fun to watch.
The Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Detroit.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. The first one falls. No good on the second free throw.
That's some booty. That's some booty.
Here's Clarkson, and stolen by Diallo. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. "19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Well, the presence of mind from Kelly Olynyk, knowing someone's open, finds him quickly.
Pass to Clarkson. Now here's Markkanen. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A confident win.
Yeah. What we doing?